What's happening, guys? It's your girl Mina. Welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I apologize for being a few minutes late. I was watching the end of that Newcastle PSG game. And let me know what you lot thought below, because honestly, I think Newcastle actually got robbed. I'm not even joking. PSG, for me, disgraceful. The amount of money they spend to not even be competing like that is actually embarrassing. But it was a decent night of Champions League football. But of course, it's all about tomorrow, guys. It's all about tomorrow. It's the big one. So it's only right I preview it because it's actually an early kickoff tomorrow. They got us on the 5:45 slot, guys. I don't know if that's a good thing. It's either they do well and I can enjoy my evening, or United suck. It goes either way, but I'm feeling a bit reassured after listening to the manager's press conference and everything. And we're going to talk about that, talk about expected lineups. Let me know you lot's thoughts about the game, but I'm still shocked about the way that Newcastle and PSG game ended. If you guys were watching it, let me know if you lot thought it was a penalty, because I don't think that was a penalty. But big up to everyone in the chat. As always, you guys know what it is. We've got a lot of content coming throughout the week, so make sure you turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time I go live or I post a new video, because apparently, lately I'd be posting videos. What was the score? The score was 1-1. PSG just scored a last-minute penalty. That was not a penalty. It hit off his chest and then hit his arm. And they gave it in like the 96th minute. VAR, disgraceful. Honestly, for me, I don't like Newcastle, but I just don't think PSG should be in top competitions like that, especially when they're spending that much money. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Garsha, says like and share. You don't know what it is, man. Big up to Dino changed his name. Says, Mina, what's happening? Nothing much. I hope you all had a good Tuesday. I hope you guys all had it. I thought it was Monday for a second. Hope you lot all had a good Tuesday, and tomorrow, of course, let me know what you lot think is going to happen. Big up to Kadeem, says you are losing tomorrow. I think Kadeem is still feeling a bit salty. Not only about that Garnacho goal, not only about that Kobe Mino performance. I think he's feeling salty about holding 3 goals at home. But big up to Kadeem all the time. But Galatasaray, guys, away. It's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be an easy one. And it sounds like Galatasaray sound very confident coming into this game, especially their fan base and their manager as well is very focused. And I think the second slot in the group is kind of open for Galatasaray, Copenhagen, and kind of Manchester United as well. I'm feeling a bit confident. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. I don't know. I feel like something's changed. My aura has changed over the last couple of weeks. The Everton game maybe was the turning point that I needed, because suddenly I'm feeling a bit more confident. I'm having a bit more faith in these players. I think United can go and get a result under the lights, early kickoff. I don't know, man. Am I crazy to be thinking that United could get something? I genuinely feel like I'm very reassured, firstly, that Rasmus Højlund will be back. Not that I'm not believing in Martial, but it's just good to have an alternative option in terms of your centre forwards, whether it's Martial starting or Højlund starting. Of course, Rashford seems to be maybe picking it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit overly optimistic, but he could be picking it up. My only concern is that right-hand side. That's my main concern, is that it sounds like, guys, is Anthony out injured? Because why am I seeing the manager saying stuff about Palestri? I don't know if you lot saw in the press conference ahead of the game today, the manager basically said that Palestri needs to go from being a bench player, to being a starter. So is that his way of saying that he's seeing Palestri as his starter on the right-hand side? Is that him saying he's basically lost faith in his boy? Like, what does that mean for Anthony? I don't know. I was never sold on Anthony anyways, but I'm just more curious about, I don't know. I don't want to call it mixed messages, but what the manager's saying in the press conference. Obviously, he's going to uplift Palestri. Obviously, he's going to be like, yeah, Palestri needs to be better, blah, blah, blah. But he basically said that Palestri needs to move from being a bench player or playing like a bench player or a rotation player to playing as a starter and becoming a starter. I don't know what that means. Could that mean that he's kind of done with Anthony? I hope so. I don't know. But Amad Diallo, please come back soon. I can't wait to see those pictures of Amad Diallo training on grass, because that means he ain't too far off. I think he's just bigging up and motivating Palestri. Yeah, it could be that. I mean, I'd anticipate that is that. Same lineup as Sunday, but without Rashi. That's true, because obviously I forgot Rashford's suspended. Good thing it's only a 1 game suspension. It just means our wingers is good. It'll probably be a Garnacho, Palestri, Garnacho, Anthony, Garnacho, maybe Bruno. I don't know. And McTominay in the 10, you know, Eric Ten Hag likes to experiment sometimes. Eric Ten Hag likes to come out with random experiments sometimes. So that could be a thing. I would not be surprised, guys. Tomorrow, what 4:45? If I see a lineup that consists of Bruno on the right and McTominay playing in the 10, I genuinely would not be surprised. Because the manager likes to experiment randomly, but I think a bit uneasy that we've spent how much money on the right hand side and we still ain't got an answer to it. We're gonna go into the transfer window next summer targeting the same positions that we've been targeting every summer transfer window. We're gonna be targeting a centre back. We're gonna be targeting a midfielder. We're gonna be targeting a right winger. We're gonna maybe target, I think, a right back. Maybe these are literally positions every summer that we're hearing that United are targeting, which means United still have not found an answer there. I don't know what's going on, unless United were to go back to like a traditional, like I call it 4-3-3, where you play with like a striker and two centre forwards. That's just me being hypothetical, guys. That's just me being hypothetical. The point is, I don't know what United's going to go with tomorrow. And maybe it's more so because of the injuries. What I will say is, do you not think Kobbie Mainoo is starting tomorrow? Would he start in that midfield? If he does, is he playing a lot of minutes? Because this is going to be an intense game. Not only is it going to be an intense game on the pitch, the crowd, the hostility, all of that stuff, it's going to be a physical game. I think it's going to be a very demanding, very physical game. So United need to come in their Sunday best. They need to come 10 out of 10 from the opening gates. They need to be on point from the first minute. We can't afford to slip in a goal in the first 10 minutes, concede a goal in the first 10 minutes. We can't afford to kind of lose concentration, have any sort of moment of lapse, because we saw what Galatasaray did to us when any sort of moment of losing concentration. We saw what Galatasaray did at Old Trafford. They pounced on it. Icardi is looking to make a name again for himself. Brother, I thought that guy retired. Apparently not. Wilfred Zaha got a chip on his shoulder when it comes to playing against United. That guy's always got a chip on his shoulder when he's playing against United. So tomorrow, United need to be on their A game. I think the crowd is going to give it to them. I think the crowd is going to be up for it. The players have to be up for it. And one thing I will say, and I know I'm saying all of this, the players need to be up for it. It's a big game. They can't let the moment get to their heads. You know, them ones where you can't concentrate about you can't worry about what might happen in other games, or, if we draw here, we just have to win on the final game. And, all these mathematics that you're trying to do to see, just play the game. Just play the game. Focus on that 90 minutes, and whatever happens. I said this on the full view yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was the full view yesterday when some of the panelists were saying that they don't mind going out of the Champions League. I can't go into tomorrow's game and just be like, well, if we go out, we go out. No, I want us to win. I don't care if, we get out of the groups and we get knocked out in the round of 16. That's better than going out in the groups, in my opinion, anyway. That's, in my opinion, is better than crashing out in the group stages after you spend 250 million in the transfer window. 100%, I would rather take, a round 16 knockout than, finishing third or fourth, whichever one. Like I've already said, if we don't finish in first or second, just leave us in fourth. I don't want Europa League. Let me see what you lot are saying. Big Up to Kadeem says, if you defend the same way you did against us, it will not be good for you guys against better teams. You won't be lucky. I think, against more clinical teams, I think United will not be lucky. But I think the most important thing is to not allow teams to create chances the way that we're allowing Everton to create chances. And sometimes I feel like the chances that we grant, especially in the Champions League, I feel like the chances that we be granting to the opponents are normally our own misfortunes. It's normally our own errors. So hopefully it's something that we don't do. We need another 200 million. Again, I'm tired. We need more than that. I was watching Nasser Al Khalifi, the PSG chairman, looking so angry when PSG were getting a penalty. Yeah. And I was just thinking, bro, what I would do to have all that money that PSG have access to, and these men can't even win a Champions League. At least City, are breaking the laws, spending all that money, but they're still winning stuff. How have you spent that much money at PSG and you guys cannot win a Champions League? How am I going to, 20 years from now, how am I going to tell my kids that PSG had Messi, Neymar and Mbappe and didn't win shit in the Champions League? Excuse my language. It's crazy. The annoying thing about United is, yes, we're going to need money. We're going to need money in the summer transfer window, but we're going to need a good recruitment strategy as well. And I'm hoping I don't know. I shouldn't say I'm hoping that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming with that, but it sounds like he's got a plan for Manchester United to basically replicate what he has done in his other sporting projects. I don't know, man. We have to wait and see. Big up to Riri in the chat. Been a minute. I hope you are doing well. Maino is starting. He was training. Amrabat is dead right now. I saw a report today suggesting, regarding Amrabat. And I know you lot are going to say, Minnie, you were the one hyping him up, because you're right. I was hyping him up. And I'm still stand by him. I still stand by him. You lot can't shame me for that. But it's reported that, Man United are not looking to keep him permanently. They're not impressed with him. He has not settled in well on the pitch. I don't know if they mean by like personal life or anything, but talking about football, they don't feel like he's settled in. And the reason why I don't think he's settled in is the guy never had a preseason. The guy came injured. He came playing out of position. He playing left back. He was playing out of position at first. I don't think he's had a chance to settle in just because we've sucked. If we were playing well, it's easy for players to look poor when everyone else on the pitch is looking bad as well. But when everyone's looking good, I think is even worse if you look bad. And that's why I hope that makes sense. But that's why I'm not that critical on Amrabat at the moment. I'm a bit concerned, but I'm also thinking, well, just let him kind of get into rotation. Also, it can't be easy going from playing one game, then not playing, playing one game, then not playing. How do you expect players to pick up form? Harry Maguire got the opportunity to get into this form that he's in because players were injured and he was the only one that was available. Whereas Amrabat is now competing with a Kobbie Mainoo. He's competing with a Scott McTominay. Before he was competing with the likes of Eriksen and Casemiro. For me, it's more telling that, the manager kind of went for Kobbie Mainoo in an away game against Everton instead of Amrabat, even though Kobbie Mainoo hadn't played and he was coming back from an injury. I think that thing there is the most telling part for me, is that the manager has the preferences that he has. I think he might have played Amrabat out of, what's it called? Not like convenience, playing him out of convenience because he's the only player there. He's a good option to have, I would say, at the moment, coming off the bench. But I wouldn't say long term, he's kind of the better option, if that makes sense. I will be very honest, and I'm a fan of Amrabat. I'm a fan of him. But I think that there's other midfielders that United could go out and target. Everyone's talking about Amadou Onana, and I liked him before he even joined Everton. I wanted United to go for him. But if they can't go for him, they could go for Fofana. They could go for Kamara. There's literally so many, I think, different type of players. And it seems like if it's Kobbie that's playing in that midfield and United are moving away from that kind of Casemiro partnership, I think they're going to go for the tall and physical kind of partner. And, Kobbie's going to be the more technical one. I can imagine it being like that. Big up to Siddharth, says, hello, Mina, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I hope you are. Big up to everyone in the chat, guys. Galatasaray away tomorrow. Just be very honest with me. Just say, I think we're going to win or I think we're going to lose. Just that. So we could get the conversation going. Suleiman mentioned something about doing a call-in show. I'm going to plan to do it. It's definitely, I did it once. I think it was ahead of the Arsenal game or something. And I'll bring it back sometime soon for sure. But big up to everyone in the chat. Be sure to hit the like button. You don't know the rules, man. You come in, you wipe your feet, you hit the like button as well. And you can become a member if you want. You can get your badges. You can get your emojis. You can get your custom content. Minionship is what I like to call it. You can become part of the Minion gang. And obviously you support the continuity. I wasn't being able to say it for a second. Continuity of the channel and the content that I will be bringing, because I'll be bringing a lot of content. And a PSA for anyone who watches me when I'm doing gaming. I will be gaming. I'll be doing a lot more streams on Twitch in due time. I'll still do a few game like EA, that kind of stuff. I'll still be doing it here, but anything like non-sports related, I'll probably just move it over to the Twitch. Big up to Atom K, says best we're gonna get is a draw. Siddharth thinks we're gonna win. 2-1 win, scrappy as usual. I think it's gonna be, if I say that I think we're gonna keep a clean sheet, I will be lying. But I think we might keep a clean sheet. I don't know if that's me lying or not. I think we might be able to keep a clean sheet. I think it'll be interesting to see if Varane starts. It'll be interesting. I think the manager's moved away from that. And you know what's so funny? If you look, follow Manchester United on Twitter, they posted a tweet today, which was like them training out in Turkey. And it was basically a picture. It was a caption that was saying, getting the job done or something like that. And it was basically, the picture was Varane and Ten Hag shaking hands. And in my head, I can imagine someone with a gun behind the camera forcing them to take that picture because it looked like a very uncomfortable like it just looked weird. That picture just looked weird to me. I don't think we've kept a clean sheet in the Champions League. We haven't kept a clean sheet in the campaign so far. The more goals we score, it seems the more likely we are to lose. Whereas when we score one goal, we win. We've only got one win in the Champions League, guys. We've lost every other game. So clearly the problem is that if we score too many goals, we're going to lose. So maybe United should go out and just score one goal and park the bus. Score the opening goal and just park the bus. Because it seems to be the problem in Champions League. When we score 3, when we score 4, we concede more. So maybe if we score, honestly, I'm just going to be calling for United to park the bus, honestly, because guys, if we score anything more than 2 goals, I'm scared. I'm scared. It has to be Jose Mourinho says, but you score that goal and just park the bus, especially because, like, I know everyone's talking about it, but the crowd, I think the hostility, we saw how the team crumbled, guys. If you don't remember Sevilla away, remember that crowd? Everyone in white in the crowds, so the jeering and the chanting and all of that kind of stuff. They really built the environment, not only for their players, but also to put the team off. And it seemed to have worked. It seems like whenever United come to hostile stadiums or loud stadiums or whatnot, and I know in Turkish football in particular, they are known for their ultras. I know that. So that's my only worry, is that I don't want to say, the players have a weak mentality, but my only concern is that they kind of crumble under the lights. And it's not because of the occasion. I don't think they'll crumble because of the occasion, the fact that, it's a must-win Champions League game. But I think it's more so the crowd that kind of might get to them. Clean sheet, nah, that's a big dream. Onana has made only routine saves, apart from the pen save. In Champions League, yeah. In Champions League, he's only made routine saves. But if I'm being honest, guys, dare I say it, Onana's our most improved player of the season so far. Shoot me. Don't shoot me, obviously. But I genuinely think Onana is actually our most improved player of the season for the way that he started. Or it could be between him and Maguire, maybe. It could be between him and Maguire. Maybe I don't know, man. I've been hanging around KG too much. Clearly what I'm saying is clearly reckless. But our most improved player, I think, is between Maguire and Andre Onana. Like, I genuinely think that. I feel like, especially Andre Onana, since, people are calling him Weetabix fingers. Do you know how rude that is to call him Weetabix fingers? I ain't eaten Weetabix in years, yeah, but I remember the second when it starts to crumble and you put milk in it, game over. It was horrible. Horrible. So people are calling him Weetabix fingers. That's worse than being called Butterfingers, in my opinion. It means your fingers crumble. It don't even melt. Your fingers just crumble. People are calling him Weetabix fingers. I think he's improved so much. I feel like even the way he saves, like, I remember reading an article. It was back when he was at Inter Milan, and it was basically like an analytical study about Andre Onana. And one thing that the article was really centered around is why he parries the ball more rather than making saves. And if you watch the Newcastle and PSG game today, Alexandre Isak, shout out to my East African brother, but Alexandre Isak scored from exactly that. It was a parry from Donnarumma, a very, very soft parry away when he could have caught it. And I think that was the issue that I had with Onana at first. And he does have moments still where he parries the ball, but I feel like sometimes he gets a bit of a stronger hand to it. Now, for me, when it was David De Gea, I was always kind of, not always assured, but a lot of the time when he did get a hand to it, I was assured that he would get a strong enough hand to kind of get it away, whether it's over the bar, around the corner, or just as far away as possible. Whereas with Andre Onana, when he first joined, them parries were soft. But it seems like he's really improved on it and he's worked on it. Like, I genuinely think that. And I also believe with Andre Onana, it's not easy to come in, your first season and the team ain't doing well. Because why? Tell me why Andre Onana, Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, all these guys came in the summer. Rasmus is the only one that don't get criticized. He's the only one that don't get criticized. He ain't scored a Premier League goal yet. I don't know how many minutes he's got, but he ain't scored a Premier League goal. Yes, he didn't play. He didn't make his Prem debut until a while. He didn't start until, a few games after. It was kind of he was eased in because he came from injury. But no, everybody makes excuses for Rasmus Højlund, and this is not me like criticizing him. I'm just asking, why is it, out of all our summer signings, when United were having issues and when we were, not essentially we're losing goals because we're losing games because A, we concede goals, but B, we're not scoring. So shouldn't the blame be on our striker as much as our goalkeeper? I don't know, man. That's just me, guys, just being reckless. That's just me being reckless. Anana's been saving better now. He even has a better save percentage than De Gea last season. I also saw a stat. That said that he had the most out of all the top 6. He has to make the most number of saves, which means our defense sucks. That's what it means. Our defense sucks. Big up to Adam in the chat. Big up. What's Adam saying? I'm trying to find the comment. He just dropped a prediction. Says, believe Mina, we will win 2-0 or 3-1. From time Adam is being positive, guys. From time Adam is being positive, then we should all be positive. I need to open my curtain 1 second. Guys, give me a second. I need to open my curtain. I need to check if the sun is rising from the other side, because right now, Adam is the one that's saying that we're going to win. Adam been saying before every game, the last couple of months, Adam been saying on stream that we're going to lose or we're going to draw. And now we're going into a must-win Champions League game, and he's saying we're going to win 2-0 or 3-1. Big up to Adam as well. The game was rusty when he started. Same with Anana. He is stabilizing. I agree. Big up to MUFC in the chat. Says, I predicted 3-1 to Everton, so I will predict the same result. You lot doing the reverse psychology settings. Suleiman did that as well. Suleiman predicted that we were going to lose 3-0 and we won 3-0. Sidaf saying, I say 4-0. Reckless. That's serious recklessness. We have to believe. We have to believe, guys. We have to believe. We have to have faith. We got to have faith. If we ain't got faith, then what do we have? We got nothing. We got nothing, guys. Galatasaray ain't all that. The only thing that people, what's so funny is when everyone's talking about, obviously, Galatasaray, everyone just keeps talking about the atmosphere and the crowd and that. And the only reason why I'm concerned about it, I told you, the only reason why I'm concerned about it is because of the mentality of our players. We saw it against Sevilla away, last season, how easily, the game can be in our hands and we can just crumble. We can just crumble. So that's my biggest worry. And I genuinely feel like that Galatasaray game at home, be honest, guys, a lot of the chances, all their goals, most of their goals came from our own errors or our own misdoings where we kind of gifted them an opportunity and they made use of it. They made use of it. If Manchester United can use their pace, precision, I think we can get some goals. And honestly, we just I told you, one goal, Champions League, we score one goal, we're guaranteed to win. So score the first goal and just park the bus. Anytime we try to score more than that, we seem to be losing. We seem to be losing at any time. Any career mode this week? Mina, big up to Chucky Boy. Yes, I'm just waiting for my new laptop to come. And then I'll be doing a career mode. We're back. We're back. Redemption time, because I think I left the last one on back-to-back L's. Kadeem says, sorry, I want you guys to lose so I can make fun of your dad. Big up to your dad for being a United fan. Shout out to your dad. Big up to Afro King. Says the first game they were very open. They were, and that's what I'm saying. Chances are there to be created. Chances are there to be created. The thing is, we need to be clinical. That's it. We cannot have a game where we can be like, we create 30 chances and we don't score. I need a 50% ratio of shots to shots on target. That's what I need. I need 50%. So we have 6 shots, 3 on target, 1 a goal. I don't mind. We have 10 shots, 5 on target, 2 a goal. Okay, cool. I'll take that. We need to have a positive or not positive, but a higher percentage in terms of shots on target. I want to be creating clear-cut chances. I think just creating chances ain't enough. We need to be creating kind of clear-cut chances. That's what I'm hoping for. We don't create chances for our forwards. Martial did what all our attackers haven't done, and yet still doesn't get his flowers. I hope he starts tomorrow. I would like for Martial to start, to be honest. Let's go through the lineups in terms of who you guys think will start. We saw Wan-Bissaka return from injury in terms of coming off the bench, so I'm not too sure about if he will start. The back line, I think it'll be a Maguire Lindelof thing. Can I say, guys? Again, this might be another reckless thing, but I really think Lindelof has lost a step. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling him getting cooked every time. It don't matter where he be playing. Last season, guys, if you don't remember when Lisandro Martinez went off injury, remember we were calling him Iceman. When we were needing points in the Prem for the top 4, and he was that leader in the back. I don't know what has happened recently, but Victor Lindelof, for me, is looking he's looking a bit, Scooby-Doo-ish. I don't know what Scooby-Doo-ish means, but it's not a good thing. I don't think it means a good thing. He's looking a bit unusual to me. I really don't know what it is. I feel like, especially in the Everton game, even at times this season when he's been playing at left back, whenever he's on that left, and I know he normally plays on that left side, I think, but whenever he plays on that left side, I'm always just on edge. I'm always on edge. I don't know what it is. And I know that the manager prefers his left centre-back to be left-footed and right centre-back to be right-footed, whatever. So that's why I don't see, for the sake of angles, I don't see Maguire and Varane starting together unless they have to. But backline, it'll be Maguire, it'll be Dalot, Luke Shaw. I don't know, Lindelof, yes. I don't see Varane playing. Midfield, I would say it'll be a McTominay. Maybe it'll be a McTominay and actually, I'm lying. Why am I lying? It's gonna be Kobe Mainoo and we ain't got any other midfielders. I was about to say someone else, but we actually ain't got any midfielders, so it'll have to be McTominay. I was going to say McTominay in the 10, Bruno on the right, but that's just me being an idiot. I apologize, guys. So I'm going to go revert to the logical Mina. And I'm going to say McTominay and Kobe. Obviously, McTominay playing a bit more forward. We'll have, what's his name? Garnacho on the left. Probably Palestri on the right, I think. Martial up top. I think it'll be Martial up front. Lindelof been very shaky this season. I agree. Big up to Dipesh. Says these video titles are going to catch you out eventually, Mina. What? Because I'm saying Turkish delight. I heard that. Guys, I've eaten that once. I don't know if you guys have ever actually had Turkish delight. It's like a chocolate thingy. Let me know in the chat if you've had it, because I've had it once, all because of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the book, the movie, whatever. Made it seem like Turkish delight was the best thing ever. And the first time I ever had it as a teen, and I was a young kid, I think I was like early teens maybe, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. But we're about to go to Turkey tomorrow. And we're going to have Turkish delight there on the pitch. Listen, I'm not even, it's not even clickbait. It's not even clickbait. But we're about to go there and have Turkish delight. That's why I said it's Turkish delight settings. That's what we're there to do. Sadaf says, I think it's quite a similar one, but goes with Højlund, Garnacho, and Anthony up top. It seems like everyone's going with the same midfield in terms of Bruno, Scotty, and Mainoo. I think really that's the only options we have at the moment. I don't really think we have any other options. It's interesting that front line playing Anthony. I can't remember the last time I seen Anthony start a game. I can't remember the last time I seen it. Has Anthony started it? No, I know he's played, but has he started a game of recent? Last couple of games. I don't remember him starting for Luton. I don't remember him starting for the last Champions League game when we lost to Copenhagen. I don't remember him starting against Everton. I don't see him starting this week. I genuinely think, and I don't know if this is me being, is it wishful thinking that I'm saying that the manager has realized that Anthony's not it? I don't know if it's wishful thinking. I back Eric Ten Hag, but I don't understand why he's fallen out with our best centre-back. You know what's funny surrounding this thing? It's actually disgusting. I tweeted about it actually the other day because I saw some reports about Varane, yeah? And people were talking about his injuries and his, he's got a long-standing illness, if you guys have been familiar. And this is very common in a lot of athletes, and it happens during your growth spurt. Excuse me, I can't pronounce it properly, but it's called Osgood-Schlatter. Yeah, it's Osgood-Schlatter syndrome, and it impacts your knees when you're having a growth spurt. And he was diagnosed with this at 13. A lot of footballers have it, by the way, not just footballers, even athletes have it. And I don't like the fact in the article that the Athletic did the other day about Varane, guys. A lot of it was talking about his injuries and how Manchester. So this is particularly about Varane. I said during Varane's medical, before he signed, his knees were highlighted as requiring care, prompting a reevaluation of his salary. And I feel like now they are suddenly feeding this information to the wolves, I would say, or feeding it to the wider public so that people are aware of this. But this is not news. Brandwaite, whatever that guy is called at Everton, he's another player that is linked to United that also has it. He also has it. Welbeck had it. So many footballers have it, not just footballers. but a lot of people. And I don't like the media in it. Sorry guys, I'm going on a random rant about the media, but I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It's disgraceful. But I'll say this whole thing about him, the manager falling out with the centre back, I'll be very, very cautious in terms of what we kind of run with. What we kind of run with, because you know what it is. It's all fair. It's all fun and games. When United's losing, everybody suddenly at Manchester United. Sorry, every reporter that covers Manchester United suddenly has information about the dressing room vibe, this, that. Suddenly everyone's got information. Suddenly the Daily Mail, all of them, the Telegraph, whatever. Suddenly, the manager's this and the environment's hostile and the players are feeling like this and that and blah blah blah. The second that United are winning games, nothing. So I'll say be very conscious about the content you consume and the news that you consume, because it's I think very, very easy for the media to kind of paint that kind of picture. I think it's very, very easy for them to do that. Lindelof's contract expires soon. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. Same for Evans. Plus Varane will be sold. We'll be left with only Maguire and Martinez. Time to bring in 2 centre-backs this summer. United have to bring in. And this is an interesting debate because we're having it obviously on United View on Monday. If you lot were watching it, about Maguire. You know what? Flawless, I'm going to drop the link. Come jump in if you want to jump in. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. If you want to jump in, feel free to jump in. If not, you ain't got to. You can come share your opinion right here. You can come let us know if you think we're going to win. But I would keep Maguire. I don't see, you know what, guys, call me crazy, but I see United keeping Evans next season. I see United keeping Evans next season as a role player, because there's no way you let Varane and Lindelof go and you don't bring in anyone. And if you do bring someone in, then there's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way that you don't bring in at least two. At least 2. You guys don't agree with me. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like Johnny Evans, and this has nothing to do with Johnny Evans adds to what's it called? What's it called when you're homegrown? He's a homegrown number. Yeah, he's a homegrown number. United don't want to lose that. And I know this sounds really stupid to say, but I genuinely feel like that was the reason why they brought him in this season as well. United had lost Lingard. I think they lost Elanga because Elanga was classed as a homegrown talent as well. So they lost Elanga as well. They lost a lot of academy players, some who were listed on the first team, Zidane, Iqbal, etc. That kind of stuff is relevant. It's relevant for when they're signing players. That's in my opinion. We can look at who they might go for next window. There's so much to happen. You don't know where I stand. Go to RB Leipzig, give them 120 million and tell them, give me Simican and Lukeba. If that's what it takes to get 2 of them, bring me that. Lukeba can play left-sided centre-back. And what's it called? Simican can play right-back and right-sided centre-back. Bring me them. If you can get them for 100 million both, I'll be happy with that. Obviously, we're probably getting to Debo, but I don't want the Todibo situation, can I say? I don't want the Todibo situation to turn into another Cody Gakpo situation where I saw so much videos, think pieces, threads, TikToks, all of that kind of stuff about how Cody Gakpo is going to be good at United and where's he going to play and all of this stuff, all for him to just go to Liverpool. I can't do that. Not going to lie, Evans is playing better than Lindelof. I think he's playing better than Lindelof this season. I know others might not agree, but I think he's playing better than Lindelof this season. And I think that, is it like zero risk kind of thing and like a minimal return over, it's just, yeah, I'm in 2 minds about it. But let's talk about the front line for a second, guys, because everyone in the chat, when I asked you lot about the lineup, everyone had a different front line. Some of you lot said Højlund to start. Some of you lot said Martial. Some of you said Anthony. Some said Pellistri. Everyone seemed to agree Garnacho on the left-hand side. But I think that's more so to do to the fact that we don't have anybody else. But in terms of that front line, let me know who you picked and why, you picked him, or I was gonna say or her, but there's no her. Let me know why you picked him, or whoever the two players are that you picked for the right hand side and the center, because after the weekend, I wouldn't mind Martial starting and having Rasmus coming off the bench, especially because I'm more worried about Rasmus not being fully fit. That's what I'm more worried about, and the fact that Martial is wild that this season of injuries, Martial's the only one that's staying fit. That's crazy. But let me know, guys, below in the chat. Obviously, tomorrow the game is an early one, so it'll be a 5:45 kickoff. I will go. I don't know what you lot prefer. Should I do a stream? If I do it directly after the game, it clashes with the Champions League games that are on. But I don't know if you lot will be watching it. I don't know. Should I do it a bit earlier? So like maybe like 9 p.m. Should I do a stream, or should I do it at like this time where it's 10? Start at 10 p.m. when all the games are over, kind of thing. At least I think at that point, if I do a stream actually at 9, we can do like a half a stream of talking about United, or maybe half a majority of the stream talking about the United game, and also we can hate on the Bayern Munich game and them against Copenhagen. Hopefully Bayern Munich can do us a favor there, because Bayern Munich are they're through. It's safe to say that Bayern Munich are through. So hopefully they can do us a favor. But you lot are saying 10 p.m. in the chat, so I'll go with 10 p.m. Then on Thursday, we got some content lined up. Of course, we got some EAFC content, and then I'm going to be having a nice little debate on here with Saeed, so that'll be fun, because if you lot know, he's a proper Ten Hag outer. So we'll be talking about Ten Hag and the season so far as well. And then Friday, I'm actually going to the England women's game, so I'm gonna do a vlog for that. It should be out Saturday morning, and then Saturday morning I'll be doing a Newcastle preview stream, and then obviously it'll probably be Sunday when I do the Newcastle post-match discussion kind of thing, because game finishes at 10, etc. And it'll be very, very late. I don't know why I just told you lot the whole schedule. If you lot want to see the schedule, you can go on the community tab of my channel, and you'll see a schedule there every couple of days that kind of breaks down everything. And like I said, if you are into the gaming stuff that I do on here, link in the bio below is to my Twitch. Go follow my Twitch. I will do stuff on here, but when I'm doing my predominant number of FIFA stuff, which is normally like Ultimate Team, etc., I'll probably be doing there, because I don't want to bombard you lot here with gaming stuff. So be sure to let me know if you lot are. I'm still learning how to use Twitch. Like, I'm trying to set up mods. If you want to be a mod, because I don't know how the hell to use Twitch. So if you want to be a mod, just follow me on Twitch. And then join the Discord. Link in the bio as well. It's free. You can join the Discord. We have a bit of banter there. Suleiman can tell you a lot about it as well. Koala can tell you about it. Join the Discord and then just drop me a message and I'll make you a mod on Twitch, and we can get the Twitch thing going. I'm a freshie when it comes to Twitch. Honestly, guys, I look at it like it's a different language. I'm like, this does not make any sense to me. It does not make any sense to me. I don't want to aggravate Højlund's injury, and the right wing is up for debate. Pellistri and Anthony will both do a job. Martial's made a pact with the hyenas. Lindelof hasn't really played centre-back, though. He's been in and out of different positions. I will say this forever. Lindy is a lot better than Maggie and always has been. This is an interesting one, because I feel like I shared a similar opinion. I do share a similar opinion. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to allow this season to deceive me of what I've seen over the last number of years. I'll say that for a fact. But when I'm talking about Lindelof, I'm talking about this season. I feel like for far too long, and this is why I feel like United are in this position when it comes to offloading players or struggling to offload players, because we don't look at when a player starts to decline. We just think, oh, well, he's given us a good number of 3 years or 4 years, he's a good player. Well, he was a good player. There's nothing wrong with saying a player was a good player, but they're not that good anymore. And there's some other players I share a similar sentiment with. And this is why I feel like United hold on to dead weight so much. And just on that note, we've got a nice little joiner here, a very impromptu one, guys. Make sure you lot give a nice little welcome, a nice good vibes welcome, a nice little good vibes welcome to Flawless. Can you hear us, Flawless?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear, man? Okay, yeah?
What are you saying, man? How you been?
I'm blessed. Long time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I haven't spoke to you in a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, man. But I see you doing your thing, so
Nah, same. I see you
I
doing
see
your
you do
thing
your
too. You
thing,
know
man.
what I'm
Big
saying?
up
I'm
to
trying to be
you.
like you. I'm trying to be like you. That's what it is.
I'm
I
trying
see
to
you out here
here I am
shining.
trying to be like you, my boy.
Well, I'm all blessed. I'm all blessed. Big up the chat as well. Make sure you
Big
run
up
with the
to everyone
lads.
in the chat. Make sure you give a nice little welcome to Flawless. Listen, what do you think of United actually? The last couple games. Obviously, we know we've had a shocking start to the season.
Yeah.
Do you think United are kind of turning a bend now?
Nah, because we getting results. The results is all well and good. Like you can't display that farm team in the league somehow. We picking up results, but the performances are not good. The Everton one was slightly better than like previous performances, but even that, like, take away the Garnacho wonder strike in the first half. What did we do going forward for the rest of that first half? We didn't do anything. Like, I think we had in total, I think, what was it, like four shots on target in the entire game? And 3 of them was goals. Bear in mind, one of them's a penalty, one of them's a wonder strike. So I don't look at it and go, yeah, we've turned the corner, because I don't think the performances are sustainable. Hopefully the performances improve and the results keep happening. But I look at it and I go, like, are you confident for the game tomorrow?
I don't know what it is. I'm feeling unusually confident.
See what you
I'm
said
feeling
there, though.
unusually
confident.
and
That
that's
tells you all you
me.
need to know. Go
Yeah,
on.
that's me all season saying I know I'm not doing predictions. Before every game, I'm like, I'm not doing a prediction because I don't know if we're gonna win or lose. But I'm genuinely feeling like tomorrow we can go and get a result. Whether it's a draw or a win is kind of like a different conversation. But
we need to win.
we have to win. We have to win. 3 points for me is like, to me, 1 point is a loss. That's an L. It basically sets you up in the same position going into the Bayern Munich fixture. And one thing I hate is leaving things in the control of other games. So we're trying to do our work here, but we're hoping on a result over there, or we're hoping on a little mishap over there. For me, I just care about 3 points. 3 points a win. I said it. United have a problem in Champions League when we score a lot of goals. So why don't we just score 1 goal and just park the bus?
Oh, is that what, so you trust this defense, yeah? You trust this from a defensive standpoint
No,
in the
but
Champions
you know
League?
what it is? It's clearly when we're scoring bare goals, we're scoring 3 goals against Bayern. We're scoring 3 against Galatasaray. We're losing. We score 1 goal against Copenhagen. We win.
I respect. You know what? I respect that you're reaching with the hopium. I respect that. You're a true Manchester United fan. I respect it. You've used word like unusually confident. Maybe we shouldn't score as many goals to keep a clean sheet. I like the optimism. I respect it.
But tomorrow, what do you think United need to set up with, and what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, jeez. In regards to how we set up, I think it pretty much the team picks itself because of the amount of people who are unavailable. When you look at it, like that's when you look at it. Like obviously, Onana's going to be in goal. Shaw's going to play left back. It's going to be Maguire and Lindelof because he's falling out with Varane, and Evans is injured as well. So that picks itself. Probably go Dalot, maybe Wan-Bissaka. The midfield, Maino will play, McTominay will play, Bruno will play. Because the only other option, I believe, is Amrabat. Is there any other midfielder fit?
Nah.
So that's what it's going to be. I heard you mention it before I jumped on about Højlund, him coming off the bench because he's coming back from injury. So Martial will play. Garnacho will play because there's no one else out there. And then the right-hand side will probably be Anthony. It should be Pellistri, but it'll probably be Anthony. So
do you think it should be Pellistri, though? Do you really think he's really ready to have that impactful start in a Champions League must-win game?
No, but do you believe that about Anthony?
You know what? Anthony sometimes, I think we forget last season, there was moments where he shocked us. He scored the winner against Barca.
That is true.
Moments he has in his locker where he could shock you, but we're going off of this season and like his overall locker. For me, is like it's not good enough to score 1 every 20 games. That's not good enough.
That is it. What you said there.
But for me, it's like if we're playing Martial in the box in comparison to Højlund, I don't know if I would prefer Pellistri to start or not. If we're playing Højlund, give me Pellistri on the right. Give me Pellistri on the right. Because I know that Pellistri is going to do that thing where he's going to run at his fullback and he's going to do, that little, I call it the Valencia style crosses, but it's them low kind of, you just fizz the ball in and you try to find someone on the end of it. I feel like that is what could happen with Pellistri. I think the fact that, and I said this before earlier in the stream, the fact that we're 3 seasons now, we've spent 2 windows chasing right wingers and we're still looking for an answer to the right wing. I think that's it. Yeah,
because they're not good enough. Do I believe Pellistri is the answer? No, but at least he's the unknown. I have a question mark over him. I've watched Anthony enough this season where I go, you're not it. Has he scored this season?
Anthony, nah, I don't think so.
Nah, he's not scored this season. He's not no assists. He's not even. I don't even remember a game he's played where he's been average. I don't even remember him having an
I could say
average
that
game.
about half the team then, but I could say that. But that's not me
That's
defending
the
him, but I
problem.
can say about half the team.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? I would get rid of all these players. Like, I'm tired of all these. I'm not sat here defending any of them. My point is, I'm talking about Palestri just being more of the unknown. That's what it is. Like, I don't know how good you are. Go on.
Sidorf mentions it here, saying Facundo's under scrutiny as he's 21 and Ten Hag is expecting him to challenge for the starting spot, or else he might be sold next transfer window. It's interesting because he's only a year younger than Anthony. I think people forget this. He's only a year. People treat Anthony like he's 25 or 26 or 27, like he's in his prime age of football. He's only 22. Obviously, you look at other right wingers at that age. I don't want to say any names, but Bukayo Saka.
I say names. I say names.
You look at people like that and you're thinking, okay, well, if your right winger is the same age, he's younger and he's playing like that, then why is my winger not playing like that? So that's why. And also, I think Anthony's got this price that we're talking about Facundo being under scrutiny because, Ten Hag's expecting him to perform. He's expecting him to challenge for a spot. And I think especially more so because we're in a position where United are looking for answers on that right-hand side. Facts. And I swear, I genuinely think if it was Ahmad, we wouldn't be having conversations. Ahmad would have shut everybody up by now. That's why I said I can't wait to see him
over there. I do want to see him. Will the manager play him?
I don't know. I don't think he played in pre-season before he got injured. Similar to Kobe, wasn't a lot. Like Kobe played
Jadon Sancho in pre-season though.
Yeah, but Jadon Sancho, and for me, what's so funny? Talk about Jadon Sancho. Every time I see Garnacho doing well, it just makes me even more angry at Sancho. It makes me more angry at Sancho. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because I think Sancho should be playing over Garnacho. For me, it's more so that Garnacho was under scrutiny in the media by his captain and his manager, and he bounced back. And it just irritates me even more than that Sancho is just doing this nonsense of his where he's, refusing to say sorry and whatever's happening behind closed doors. If United cash in, let them cash in. But we're back at square one, I think. Well, yeah, and you look at the market of right wingers anyway, and you think, well, who's United going to go out and buy? Who is United going to go out and buy?
That's where obviously the scouts have to do their business because there's right wingers out there. You just have to go locate them. That's what it is. But yeah, shout out to my guy Ed as well. But yeah, Anthony's just not it in regards to with it. Like I said, I'm not saying Palestri's the answer, but I've watched enough of Anthony to go, you're not good enough. Palestri played in the Bayern Munich game.
Yeah,
away from he started that one. So it's like, why not? You have nothing to lose.
And I think the harsh thing was he did get a bit of criticism, but for me that was his first start of the campaign of the season. And he got thrown into the he got thrown into the Bayern Munich game, first game of the Champions League campaign as well. So for me, it's more so I think Palestri is the most impactful from what I've seen when he comes off the bench. But that's because we've been subject to seeing crap on the right-hand side. So anything is better than what we've seen for the last 65, 70 minutes of the game. Anything is better than that. And I think that's why people get so blown away with Palestri when he comes on. I think he's a good player, and I think he offers so he's live and direct. That's what you want your winger to be. But for me, it's just I don't know, man. The fact that United still have to go out to buy another right winger is just irritating.
We do, but it just goes to show, like, you're gonna get it wrong. Like, Anthony's not it, we know. Diallo, we'll see once he comes back. Palestri, I don't think is the answer long term. No, but for what we have, I'm just saying anybody but Anthony. I've seen you enough. I know what you are giving me, which is very little. You don't even perform average. He's not got an average performance yet this season. It's not one game where you go, yeah, he was okay today. Not even good. I'm saying just standard, bog standard 5 out of 10 performance. So play Palestri. You may as well play Palestri just to see. And if it goes wrong, if it's really going that bad, bring Anthony off the bench. Why does he go back into the first team?
Yeah, that's a valid point. So let's wrap it up then. Prediction, just be honest, because I said I can see United winning tomorrow. I said I think I can see us keeping a clean sheet. I don't know why. I feel optimistic. I told you that I feel optimistic. I don't know if it's delusion or in my language we call it. In my language we call it wali, which means madness. So
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of
of
column
both.
B there.
It's a bit of both.
It's a little bit of both.
And it's a little bit of optimism. But what do you think the result's going to be? And what do you think is the biggest thing that United have to deal with? Do they have to deal with the occasion of the game because it's a must win, or do they have to deal with the hostility of the crowd and the away
both?
fans?
Because anytime we're under adversity, we crumble. That's happened all season long. Anytime like we're on the boat and it gets a little bit rocky and the waves get a little bit heavy and the boat starts rocking, we get disinterested. We've seen it all season long. Every single time, whether we go a goal down or we go a goal up and then the other team has momentum and pressure, we crumble. We've watched it in the group. The same way we crumble 2-0 up away at Copenhagen, just prime example. But in regards to the game, that being said, I'm a Manchester United fan, so I'm gonna predict us to win 2-1. Is that more in hope than expectation? Absolutely. Of course it is. Because everything you laughing because you know it's true. Everything logically points to us not winning this game.
The thing is,
to win.
If we lose tomorrow, we're just gonna be back here and gonna be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Team, this is how it goes. I remember going into the Copenhagen game, saying, oh, I don't know, man. I feel like, we'll be all right, blah, blah, blah. 2-0, we're up. And I looked at the TV, I said, we're going to crumble. Like, when Rashford got sent off, I said,
because you knew it.
We're going to crumble.
And it just happened. Team.
It literally just happened. So tomorrow, I'm staying positive. I'm saying that we're going to win. How we're going to win, don't know. Don't ask me who's going to score. Don't ask me who's going to score, who's going to assist, how much we're going to win by. I don't know. But we're going to keep a clean sheet. Big up to PLJ says, do you think we need to play Varane and Amrabat tomorrow? This is an interesting one, isn't it? Because I mentioned about the whole Varane thing and how I'm worried about how Lindelof's been performing. Amrabat, for me, is like, if the manager's gone with Kobe against Everton, his first game back from an injury, I think that kind of sets the precedent in terms of if the manager rates Amrabat like that or not. I think it's going to be a physical game tomorrow. Very fit. Don't be surprised if we see tackles flying in left, right, center.
Well, I could definitely see that. I'd play them both though. In regards to the question, like Varane and Amrabat, and you're mentioning them in midfield, I play Amrabat and Maino. Why is Scott McTominay getting in the side? For what reason? We need height.
We got no height in that anywhere except for the back line. United have no height.
Yeah, we'll be high. Just don't be giving away. Like we'll be okay. So he's just in there because he's tall.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
That's why. And let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Yeah, this season, McTominay has shown that he can play further up. He's shown that. He might not be the preference for people to start there, but he's shown the ability to do a job there. Will he do one against Galatasaray? I don't think so. I don't think he's good enough to kind of stay for the long term. But when United are already running thin on midfield, we're one injury away from telling Darren Fletcher to come out of retirement and come back. We're one injury away.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather see him in the midfield than Scott McTominay. He can go out there and get and disappear and get 10 touches in 50 minutes. What are we doing here? I forgot he was playing at times against Everton. I legit forgot he was on the pitch when I'm watching the game.
You can't
like he made a clearance as I was.
You can't miss him.
You can't. The players miss him. He be out there doing Houdini out there. You know what I'm saying? Like he does look like how you playing central midfield for Manchester United and you're having 15 passes in 80 minutes. Central midfield.
That's crazy.
That's regular to the point I don't even criticize him for it no more. I'm just like, that's just your level. That's where I'm at. That's why I don't even criticize these players and get onto them. Because I just understand they're not very good.
In midfield. And I know this is again crazy. I'd love to see Luke Shaw.
Why?
I think Luke Shaw could do a job in that midfield.
Yeah, they've drove you to hope him. I get it. They've broken you, man. They've broken you, Mina. I get it. We should have communicated before you're broken. Mina, it's okay.
I'm being honest. I'm talking from a completely passing perspective.
It's okay, man. You are broken. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You're at the third stage of grief bargaining. I get it.
Let me check my back keys. Maybe there's something wrong with my back keys. I need to take it out.
You're bargaining. You're at the third or fourth stage of grief. You're at bargaining, and I'm here to help. This is a safe space. It's okay. Hey, big up Mo. You know what I'm saying? This is a safe space. It's okay. I didn't know it had gotten this bad. If I knew it had gotten this bad, I would have reached out to you earlier.
I'm saying it from obviously I think I'm confident in Kobe's ability in it. But I'm saying if United had no more options and they had no one to
play a youngster there.
Slap Luke Shaw there.
No, play a youngster there.
Because we got rotation on the left.
What rotation? Where? Who's the rotation?
We got Regulon. Regulon can go there. Regulon can.
Hey, Ed, you hear this, innit? It's not just me then. Shout out to my guy, Ed. It's not just me. It's not just, I didn't realize that I got in this bad. You should have reached out to me. It's okay.
From that, Atom K says that from that perspective, we need to drop Bruno and move Shaw to.
Yeah. Luke Shaw and all the assists he gets for Manchester United. Gets so many assists. Whoa.
Sidolf says Scott is playing because he's the only player who can play as a box to box. Is more tactical. Mount and Eriksen injured. I agree. I think it's a more tactical thing. I feel like if United had the minerals for a better player, then Scotty. No, I'm saying if we went into the window and brought a better player, then that's,
the manager messed up.
But we don't.
The window with the
so
midfield.
It's kind of like you got to work with what you got.
Nah, just play a youngster there. I'm sure there's another, not a main old type, but there's another midfielder we can play there. I'm tired of McTominay. That's just me.
I mean, you know what? I got a love-hate relationship with McTominay.
I don't know where's the love from.
It's a love. I've always had a love-hate. It was like Fellaini. I had a love-hate relationship with Fellaini.
Fellaini I got because he was a phenomenal plan B. I get Fellaini. He was effective.
Maybe because it's this season, McTominay has scored a goal.
I
think that is what it is. I genuinely think that's where it's come from. He scored. Come on, like what was it that Fulham game when he scored?
They got you like this, Mina. They got my G Mina like this.
That's how they lure you back in bit by bit. That's how it was. Ed actually mentions it here, saying Hannibal over Scotty.
I'd rather see Hannibal in the midfield. I'd rather see Hannibal there.
He had a good game, and then the manager just never played him again. I can't remember what game it was, but he had a game where he played in the 10, and he played.
Was it Burnley?
I think it was way after the Burnley game. It was way after the Burnley game.
Okay.
It was after the Burnley game. It was a Champions League game. No, it wasn't a Champions League game because we sucked in the Champions League. I can't remember what game it was, but he had a game where he played in the 10 and he played very well. It might have been the Burnley game, It might have been the Burnley game. And I don't think I've really seen him involved much since. I anticipate that, if I'm being honest, I think he might be out in the summer. Just because
I could see that
his involvement has kind of declined quite rapidly, especially in a time where United's midfielders are dropping like flies. I think that kind of sets the expectation.
Minus Casemiro, I don't miss none of them. Actually, Eriksen I throw in the mix. I miss those two. Well, everyone else, I'm like, man.
I don't miss seeing Eriksen defending on the left-hand side and
you play in the 10. You shouldn't be playing.
No, but you don't play in the 10. He don't play.
Yeah, that's my point.
The manager plays him box to box. The manager plays him as a sitting midfielder, and he gets dusted every single time.
Facts. How you play a man with the Tony Stark thing, Iron Man thing in his chest as a box to box midfielder? What's wrong with you, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
The only thing I like about it is I feel like we're good in recycling possession when he's there.
Yeah, because he's technically our best midfielder. But yeah, this manager's mistakes is crazy. But hey, Mina, I gotta go.
Dana, big up, man. I'm about. Yeah, you're always welcome, man. Always drop me a message. You ever want to come on? Make sure, guys, tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can find you.
People, Sarcasm City TV on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go subscribe to Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel. I'm going live literally in about 5 minutes. So that's why I'm jumping up.
When this stream is done, guys, go over there. It's as simple as that.
Over there.
Go over there. Big up, man.
I message you. I need to get you on the channel. You know what I'm saying? We need to sort that out.
Just drop me a message.
Yeah. We'll pattern something. Every time. Bless.
But guys, let me wrap it up quickly because it's actually getting late. If you lot can't tell, I'm getting a bit delusional. I'm starting to see stuff because it's my bedtime. It's my bedtime. And no, I'm not referring to that Luke Shaw opinion that I just said or the McTominay thing. I'm just saying that I'm just tired. That is genuinely my opinion. And you lot can shoot me for it. You lot know what I say. I always say you lot can shoot me for my opinion, but it's my opinion at the end of the day. Big up to everyone in the chat. You guys know what it is. Manchester United versus Galatasaray away tomorrow. I'm confident, man. I'm saying 2-0. I am saying 2-0. I know I said I wasn't giving a prediction, but I'm saying 2-0. I think it's going to be a Højlund goal, and I think it's going to be a Garnacho Champions League goal. That's what I think is going to be happening. I'll be live same time tomorrow, 10 p.m. after the game and everything. After all the other games are done, I'll be live to talk about the game. Hopefully, coming back after a win. Obviously, got a lot of content coming throughout the week. We got some content on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So make sure you guys just turn on your post notifications. So when I go live, you lot will get notified as well. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. You guys know the rules. You can become a member I think it's the pinned comment in the chat below. It should be the pinned comment in the chat below. It is. You get your badges, you get your emojis, and obviously it supports the continuation of the content and this channel, and it helps the channel to grow. Big up to everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Come on, United. We'll be back here tomorrow. You guys already know what it is. Until tomorrow, guys, it's your girl, Mina. Peace.